G'day punters, here we are, a bit of Punting Melbourne style. I'm joined by the punters punter, Dan Kelly.
Back at the Emerald?
Back at the Emerald, mate.
Good to see you again, Pots.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Good to get out of the bunker and
yeah, always is, mate. So.
clear the hair, have a Monday morning or Monday lunchtime pot, a bit of a steak.
Yeah.
Will be sweet.
So sort of Monday morning's a bit of a review time for me too, so it's always good to as we talk about starting fresh again every week and reviewing what happened last week and things like that. So
I forgot to ask you, mate. No involvement for at Wangaratta for you today?
Just a lot of horses resuming and things like that, which isn't my forte. A lot of the shorties, there's some shorties there. There's a Sanrema Tide I was on last start, we spoke about on the show, was barrier 14, D Oliver 5 wide, the trip around Cranbourne, got home like a train. Well, it's $1.70 today. Right. You know, so Jay Noonan, you know, down jock. So in Octane, the $1.5 million thing that it's $1.50 or something, so just races I don't want to partake in.
Yeah. And
then the rest of the other three maidens, they were sort of resumers and Paris Showgirls in, who's out of that strong maiden approach to street.
She caught my eye today, but I just didn't. I had a bad week and I just didn't.
Yeah, evens, you know. So it's not evens. Henry Dwyer's not my go.
Yeah.
So it's just I just go. You know, there's a.
Oh, that's good because after I sent you a text last night, I thought, I should have asked him.
I had a look. on Saturday, so I generally do Mondays sort of while I'm in. So I bet not more at the building during the races or something, or before or after I'm cruising the Monday meeting, and then I had another look last night. So when I got your text about the show, I sort of knew once the markets went up, and sort of knew there was going to be a better and over, I might be here, but I went up short, and I can freshen up, and Bairnsdale's on tomorrow, and plenty of racing on this time of year, mate.
Yeah, so. That's it, absolutely. So we haven't really got
and that track up there is all the Kaikou's gone dormant, everything looks, so no.
It's actually not raced that badly, but
no, but it just looks like 10 races on there today.
Anyway, so we haven't really we're not winging a bit today and just sort of talk about whatever.
Well, with the usual, mate, probably usual.
That's usual.
Running sheet, what's that? We don't have one.
So we'll start off just talking a bit about Saturday, and then we'll move into a few other. We'll talk about the last few weeks. I've had a bit of a grubby run, and we can sort of talk through some of that stuff.
Yeah,
and
you're on your own there, mate.
And everything else. So first of all, Caulfield. I think that the thing that's really worth talking about are the 3 1400 metre races. So Night Watch was unwanted, which I expected it to ease out to about 7 to 4. That once it got to 320, I'm like, wow. And
350 or something.
I got involved. I started betting at 320, and then it was 370, 380. I'm fair as a death.
Did you think about why the models in that market?
Well, no, I'd sort of written it. I'd said that this is probably the run to set it up to really pick third up.
That's the weird pattern.
No, it's the ones that have the work poured into them and run really well first up, they tend to just come off it a little bit second up and get themselves well set up to peak third up. So it looked to fit that mould, but as I said to one of our good men, Gillo, when we were chatting on Saturday, it's still got a bit on them. You know, just a surprisingly good price. And
he wrote it well too. Got the beautiful D line right, didn't it?
It worked out absolutely perfectly.
Yeah,
so I mean, it could have
still was a 5 to 2, 3 to 1 chance.
Yeah.
It's worked out really well.
So there, and it's run really good figures. So it's run.
Right.
It's run comparable figures to Humidor, really, and better sectional. So I mean, so it's really, it'll be nice and popular on the back up next Saturday.
I was on the back up. That's right. I saw that into the Fiend or whatever it's called, isn't it? Or whatever it's called these days, the Dato or something.
And then the point I wanted to highlight about the other 200, 1400 metre races is I sort of want to do this without sounding like I'm potting up, because she'll just, as soon as we do, I'll probably be good for her. If I do, she'll come out and ride the program next week somewhere.
Just be careful you're betting against it, wherever you are.
Well, she'll probably be in Adelaide, so who knows?
Jamie Carr, dollar for dollar.
Well, there's two. So in the mare's 1400 metre race, she's on Paul Prushka's horse, Artie's Dream winner.
Right, that's right.
He was a very fit horse that had the attributes to just dominate that race, and she went far too slow. So they've gone like 8 lengths slower in that race than they have in the Humidor race, where it's Jungle Legion and dollar. And that firing out of the gates and charging up the hill at Caulfield doesn't work. She would have been far better off to have sat a length off Vega Magic, even if she was 3 wide, and just let him tow her into the race, and that would have maximised her finishing position. So I think what's happened in the
and that's what's brought on. That's what's brought the result on too. All the runners on those wheel horses are all looking for a bring on run. Yeah, they're all there, strong late and flashing and...
So Jamie Carr's action has injected at least 2 lengths of artificial tempo into the race at the wrong time in the first 400 metres of the race. So they've gone up that hill 8 lengths quicker than they have in the mares race, and 2.5 lengths quicker than they did in the Night's Watch race, where the on-pacers dropped out in that race. There was no on-pacers.
No, they looked to be humming.
So so Vega Magic's run, I think he's actually full of merit. I think it's an excellent tune-up for the Everest.
Right, okay.
So he's gone at like 1,200 metre tempo in a 1,400 metre race. So, and you look at where the on-pace horses finished in that race. He's the only survivor. So he's been beaten a neck. So
is that all he got beat?
He got beaten a neck.
Oh.
So they've got him in the last 50 metres. And Showtime's finished last, who sat in the box seat sort of inside him. And the 2 leaders finished just in front of Showtime, Jungle Edge and Dollar for Dollar. So, and the race is inverted. Now there's been some talk about Glenn Schofield's ride on Kementari. I don't know what people wanted Glenn to do. I think he positioned the horse right in the sweet spot. He was caught 3 wide, which can happen if you've got horses inside you.
Well, Happy Clapper didn't really like it in there inside him, did he? He didn't look comfortable in there.
Well, Happy Clapper's the other feature of the race. Happy Clapper was in the perfect spot, but as soon as they got to the turning section, he was just on the wrong leg, and he did not get around that. He lost all coordination between the 600 and the 400.
Which can happen. Which is an old trait for Sydney horses coming to Caulfield, that they could fall into that first run at Caulfield. It was always back in the day when I was working at the track, you could sort of getting on the wrong leg around Caulfield was pretty common for those sort of...
Absolutely. That still is.
Still is it? Yeah.
I mean, he's a highly experienced horse, but there you go, it can happen. And once they straightened up, once he balanced up, his last 200 is pretty good. He's only been beaten 1.7, I think it is, which... And when you were first watching the race, he was never a factor. He was never going to win. Like it sort of, if you didn't watch the replay carefully, you would have thought he's got beaten 5.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I didn't sort of hit the line. I haven't seen it again since. Oh, so he's going to enjoy. Are you going to Flemington? Is he?
Yes.
Yeah. The Maccabi, whatever they were going to.
Yeah. So Night's Watch beautifully set up. Be careful with reading too much into that. Into the finishing positions there in the Humidor race, because the race has inverted.
That's inverted, but what she has done though is with that tempo, those horses who were second up, those wheel horses and things like that, that's given them a good platform.
They're all good races.
That's given them instead of being a trot and canter, the old 1400s around Caulfield, they used to be weight for age. It could be trot and canters,
Totally. Yeah.
And this has given them a bring on run those horses.
I think that run will hold them all in good stead, which is what you're saying for their whole prep. I'm just saying be careful of it at their next run.
Right.
So I'm saying the horses that go out of that race to a 1600 metre race are going to have a significant change of tempo issue, which is what brought Jermaine done in the first race.
Yes, you're big on that, Potts, I know you are.
So I'm saying Vega Magic's running the perfect kind of tempo and situation to prep him for the Everest, coming back in distance. The horses that stay at 1400 will be sweet, but the ones that go to 1600 at their next start, it's not saying they can't overcome it, they've just got an issue to deal with.
Yeah, no, you put it in the context of that particular race, and that's why I've learned a lot of you in that way, that it's subjective. The analysis of the race, the post-race analysis, as into what they're going on to next, is suited, is a big thing I've learned off you, and that's right. There's not potting the race, but just where they go next and how they're going to be suited is, completely different, maybe different what they're up with that, particularly with that fast-paced 1400 tempo.
So I think in the end I marked Vega Magic 270. I thought about it after the race. I've analysed it. And I wouldn't change my price. I think that's the right price for him. And if you take Jamie Carr out of the picture, he wins by length. Yeah, that's what happens.
Jungle him and Jungle Edge, he gets carted up. And,
But anyway, I mean, it was there, and that's what happened, and that's what racing's all about. The other thing of real note on Saturday, and I was just disappointed because I actually really liked his first up run and was desperate to back him second up, but he just come into a race where they were coming from everywhere and it was a really hard race to assess. It was Native Soldier. He was just superb. Oh. It's just a staggering performance. He's actually run almost identical figures to Ellie Kazoon, but she's done it on the back of a peloton, being dragged into the race, shooting in. Yeah. Well, she was superb. Yeah. She's run great. But he's just done it from he's just done it on his own. It's just extraordinary. And I actually believed Darren with it. I just didn't expect it.
No, he said it was a bring on run. Yeah. He said, look, go forward and don't miss him. This is a bring on run for whatever he's going to do next. Second up, of course. That's what Weird treats his second up runs. And he's gone and done that.
So I just sort of I don't quite know how to assess him at his next
I
run.
went and had a look at his Caulfield run written by. It was a terrific run.
Yeah.
Back and wide, and he still finished off. So that'd be, so he's always had, as we said, he's always had the talent, but that was a, gee whiz.
He certainly put it together there on Saturday.
Certainly did. That was good.
Yeah.
What about Sydney, mate? Anything from, did you catch a few races up there?
I didn't watch it closely, but you wanted to mention one there.
Oh, well, I saw only because the big maiden winner from Geelong, and with all the huge wraps on it. Was it Sunday Joyce or whatever it's called, More Sundays or something like that. So it's gone up there. It had the big maiden win leading and getting it pretty gentle and then sprinting home hard, laying out, but ran really good figures. It was first use of a wet track and all that, so there's a little caveats, and then second and third got beat. So it's gone up there, trialled, in the beautiful trial. So it's gone round even money in a race there on Saturday, with a big boom on it and everything. And wasn't able to get the lead and was quickly under pressure, and failed. And I've just noticed, obviously I keep an eye on the big maiden winners because that's what I specialise in when they go. And one's just got to be very careful of the ones who get that soft time in maidens up in the lead. I think Mark Lambourne used to mention it, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was in a Pearl that they can get their soft kill in the maiden.
Particularly if they've come off like a tight track leading win, onto a bigger track.
Yeah, but that's right. They can get it.
Not necessarily the case with them.
No, they go up in class and they go up in more pressure, not necessarily going to get the front. And they're still learning. It's only the second start of the races, so getting your own way in front and sprinting home and all that's I'll just be very. They're always well found too. That's the other thing. I'm not, they never 10-to-1 these things. They run big figures in the maiden because they've sprinted home, whatever, and had their own way. And then they go to the midweeks or they go to a Saturday race like it does, and then they pop.
Yeah.
So I just think over all of them, they're a losing proposition.
Yeah.
So just be wary of that.
Yeah. What else? Who else won there on Sunday? I can't even remember.
Oh, Unforgotten or something charged through. Was that it? The Caulfield Cup. They're all.
Yeah.
And M. Walker.
M. Walker. Yeah.
Yeah, we rode a couple there.
I think it'd be better for all concerned if Chris Waller just kept M. Walker in Sydney. Better for M. Walker. He rides well up there. Seems to suit him.
That's right.
Definitely better for us.
Yeah, definitely better for us. Yeah, Karki's he's an enigma. He's an enigma. He's certainly an enigma.
I mean, he's just such a talented rider that when he gets it right, he just does
amazing
things.
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
like
so
he's born on a horse,
frustrating at other times.
Yeah. No, he's not much of a punter's jockey, but you can see why they put him on those big races.
Definitely.
Get the job done. But is he just riding? Was it colours? Is he just riding for a camp there, or is he just a waller? Because coming through people. Obviously, he rides that horse.
Yeah, he rides that horse really well. And with pure relations with the Snowdens, and he slaughtered her at her first 2 runs down here.
Yeah.
It was a disaster.
What about, I saw, I don't know, again, Streets of Avalon was like 9 to 4 in a metro. Sunday race up there?
Yeah,
Did I see things there?
Yeah.
What was...
Malfunction?
Oh, I don't know. We'd have to ask someone who did the Sydney form, I suppose. But that seemed Shane Nichols on a Saturday in Sydney. Anyway.
Yeah, good friend of mine owns one of the owners of Abden and was very keen. Oh, geez, I felt.
Was it unlucky? Was it?
Well, no, it sort of just wouldn't. It hit the lead. It had the race and shot the bits, and so it just wouldn't put the race away. I'm not sure if it was not genuine or whether it's just maybe just because it was first up. Might have just run out of fitness. Didn't seem to want to put its head down.
Okay.
So anyway,
what's on? I can't remember anything else. One up there. No.
Yeah, because I do.
The answer, my friend, I saw on the penny dish. Shannon Adelaide and Widgie Turf, T. Pennell, back and wide, just another one.
That's again a situation where it just shows you how fragile racing can be. In the end. Like if you just see the Sunday paper with the old photos in them, you see there's a head between them. You think, oh yeah, a good race.
Yeah.
One's just up front dominated the race. The other one's just
going absolutely via the cape.
Oh dear. The other runner I wanted to mention on Saturday too from Caulfield, DK, is we talked about this on the last show about the 3-year-olds, and the August was a very good run behind Native Soldier. He got tangled up with Sanctimonious and just. You could just see what Noel was trying to do, and everywhere he went, Sanctimonious just...
I saw an interview with Brent Stanley after the race, and he's very optimistic. He's a confident sort of trainer. He's a very good trainer. His horses are flying everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere they're flying. But one to follow him for sure.
All right, that's part 1, punters.
Sweet.